iPhone 17 Air.
The biggest problem,
The iPhone 17.
No one is buying the
iPhone 17 Air.
This is supposed to be iPhone 17 Air, the thinnest iPhone ever. A phone that defies design limits, breaks records for slimness, and redefines minimalism. But instead of applause, the internet is calling it Apple's biggest mistake yet. So what really happened with the iPhone 17 Air, and why is everyone saying it failed? September 9th, 2025. The stage was glowing in bright white light. Tim Cook stood there holding the iPhone 17 Air, calling it a leap in simplicity. When Apple unveiled the iPhone 17 Air, the crowd gasped not because of new innovation, but because of its design. At just 5.6 millimeters thin, it is thinner than a pencil. But that first impression fades faster than you expect. Apple might have sacrificed something far more important. Thinness looks beautiful on stage, but in real life, it comes with a cost. The thinner a phone gets, the weaker it becomes. You put it in your pocket and it bends slightly when you sit. You drop it once and the body flexes. And weakness does not stop at durability. It goes deeper, into the battery. Apple claimed the 17 Air would last all day on a single charge, but in daily life, all day means something different. For most users, that full day ends by late afternoon. With just around 2,800 milliamp hours, it struggles under real usage. Watching videos, gaming, FaceTiming, using navigation, the battery drains fast, and you start glancing at that red icon before the evening even begins. You feel that anxiety creeping in, the one you thought power banks had solved years ago. And then there's the camera, the part where Apple usually dominates. But this time, Apple went in a completely different direction. A single 48 megapixel main lens. No ultra-wide, no telephoto. Apple said it was about purity, about focusing on what matters. But life does not happen through a single lens. You go to capture a sunset and you wish you had an ultra-wide. You try to zoom and the photo looks flat. Moments that used to look cinematic suddenly feel cropped, incomplete. And you start realizing that minimalism only feels good when it doesn't limit you. The performance, on the other hand, is undeniably powerful. The A19 Bionic chip is lightning fast, the same one in the iPhone 17 Pro. Apps launch instantly, editing feels buttery smooth, and Apple's AI integration runs flawlessly. But here comes the twist. Raw power means nothing when heat slows you down. Because with such a thin frame, there's barely any space to dissipate temperature. During gaming, 4K recording, or video calls, you can feel the warmth spreading through the aluminum shell. It's not dangerous, but it feels uncomfortable. It feels like holding a phone that is constantly fighting itself. You start to realize the iPhone 17 Air is not made for everyone. It's built for people who value aesthetics above all else. Those who want the lightest phone, not necessarily the strongest one. And that would be fine if it didn't cost $999. Because when you pay that much, you expect versatility, reliability, and endurance. But in real life, when your phone heats up during a call, dies by evening, and bends in your pocket, you stop caring about design. You start craving dependability. And that's where Apple's dream starts to crack. Before we go deeper, if you love honest, real-world tech breakdowns that cut through the marketing fog, make sure to subscribe to Daicon, because we uncover what brands never say out loud. Now let's talk about Apple's vision and why they did this. They called it Air, the essence of simplicity. But simplicity should make life easier, not emptier. You can't remove cameras and call it innovation. You can't shrink a battery and call it progress. Because simplicity without balance turns into compromise. And that's what the iPhone 17 Air became. A product that looks like the future, but feels like a downgrade in everyday life. Even in Apple stores, you can sense it. The iPhone 17 Pro shelves are empty, pre-orders flooding in. But the Air? It sits there quietly, untouched. Reports suggest Apple already reduced production because demand dropped faster than expected. Tech reviewers who once called it a bold step are now calling it a step backward. Forums are filled with real user stories, bent frames, overheating, and short battery cycles. For the first time in years, Apple's thinnest ever iPhone became the one people regret buying. But here's the thing. Apple probably knew this would happen. The 17 Air was never meant to outsell the Pro lineup. It was an experiment, a statement piece showing how far Apple can stretch design without breaking it completely. A concept brought to life, not a mass market solution. And maybe that's the point. Every great company needs to test its limits. Sometimes failure is not the end, it's research. And maybe 5 years from now, Apple will use what it learned here to build something extraordinary. Because in the real world, users don't live on presentation stages. They live in motion, dropping phones, gaming on buses, recording memories, scrolling endlessly. And when your phone can't keep up, no design language can save it. That's the truth behind the iPhone 17 Air, a beautiful product that forgot what real users actually need: power, endurance, versatility, stability. So yes, the iPhone 17 Air may have failed in the market, but it succeeded in reminding everyone that innovation is not just about being thinner or lighter. It's about making life better. Design without practicality is not progress. It's illusion. Maybe next year Apple will find balance again, the beauty and the brains, together. Until then, the iPhone 17 Air stands as a lesson in design philosophy. A phone that became so light, it almost floated away from reality. Would you buy the iPhone 17 Air for its looks, or would you choose power over design? Drop your thoughts below. And if you love honest, no-filter tech truth, hit that subscribe button, because this is Daicon, where truth meets tech. Peace out.